is entitled User Terminals, a cost-effective alternative, a compliant, practical response to current requirements. And it should have been given by Mark Gardner from CGC, but he's away in Cuba, and so I deputised for him. But I'm not going to spend all the time doing that. So can we have the... That's it, that's the one. So before I start, and I'm only going to give you an overview of Mark Gardner's presentation, what I want to do is to show you this, a flat plate array. My goodness. And this came out of a museum. This is something, and you can tell from me that I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not even a millennium. I'm a golden oldie. And this was one of my first design tasks at ERA in 1986. So it's a flat plate array. It's an array of strip line elements, and the beam comes off orthogonal to that actual array surface. It's KU band, and it works pretty well. There were 200,000 of these manufactured, and they sold for something like, if I'm right, something between 50 and 100 pounds. So whatever that is in dollars and euros. So for those that are interested, you can peel the back off and you can have a look inside. So there's a lot of working in there. And the point I want to make about this is that it takes a lot of time to design this at the time, probably a year and a half. And then the manufacture of it is also critical. Because in those days, and that's 30 years ago now, there wasn't all the technologies around that you've got today. So there it is, it's BSB in the UK. They lasted about a year and a half or 2 years, and now it's B-Sky-B. So they took the market and then went with a reflector solution. Now, to set the scene, the guys before me have, well, we've seen with Elcan, so that's flat plate array, and I'm very excited about what they're doing. In previous, Hakan was talking about, oh, there are problems. So I'm not going to go over those in detail with what's happening now. I and we have encouraged the phasors of this world, isotropics and all those guys, to come along to talk about their things, their flat plate array, not flat plate arrays, electronically scanned arrays. So that's where the trick is with the phase device inside that machine. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, here we are. So today's problems, phased array, need for user terminals, parabolic antennas, can we still apply these? And the answer is yes. It's going to be lower cost. And this is to do with CGC. CGC is a company over in Basingstoke in the UK, quite a big organisation, but they concentrate on reflector antennas on XY mounts. So the problem is that today the market is looking to solve these problems here with phased arrays. But does it exist? And the answer is, guys, it doesn't exist. And that's what we heard from Hakan. So it's importantly, they are prohibitively expensive. The guys at Aselsan, for example, with their military applications, phased arrays, can do it. But when we're talking about something, say, $500 or $1,000 for a phased array working over even a single band, it's rather like the Holy Grail. You're never going to find it until we get liquid crystals come along. So we want a viable solution. How are we going to get that viable solution at the right price? My goodness, is repurposing. That's a new English word. We're going into parabolics, reflector antennas. And so there's going to be a delay in the marketplace, and in order to fill that delay, we're now introducing back to reflector antennas. So over the last couple of years, they've been working on this particular design, and it is, come on, on an XY mount. So it's an XY, so it will be capable, a parabolic antenna. Here it is, here's the boy. It looks like an antenna on a stick, because they're really gangly, tall, and that's the way they are. That's their characteristic. So what we're talking about at the moment that's being developed is a 1.2 metre reflector antenna. It will work KU band, it will work KA band, and with no problems, because we've got all the knowledge to actually design these things. The reflector antenna is in carbon fibre. The price circa for this sort of thing is going to be around $5,000 to $10,000, which is going to be considerably cheaper than what you've got on the market at the moment. The highlight of this, and the key to this, is not the reflector antenna, because you can put anything on there, offsets, dual offsets. This is a compact Cassegrain reflector antenna, but is the actual XY mount. XY mounts are expensive. They're complicated, or they can be. But what these guys have done, they've invented something whereby it is a cost-effective solution. And that is the reason why the whole of that unit there, which I think a lot of the LEOs and the MEOs of this world, even GEO people, will be very interested in doing this. And depending upon the reflector size, we can go from 500 millimetres up to 2.4 metres. So the key is the mount. They're always difficult. Designing mounts has always been a problem. It's easy to do the reflector antenna. So that's what it's all about. The tracking, that's just a bit of electronics. That works okay as well. So that's not where the key function is. So this is the unit, and this is what they're gearing up to do in quantity, like tens of thousands. And so that is the solution from CGC for the future. So is it the short-term future? Is it the medium-term future? Before you really get a proper electronically scanned phased array. So that's the story. And I believe it will work. I've seen it. It's really good. It's slick. And it's been environmentally tested for 15 years worth. And it comes through those sort of environmental tests very well. So that's it. Reflector antennas are making a reappearance in this world. And that is my belief. But don't say that I'm pessimistic from the point of view of flat plate antennas or electronically scanned arrays, because I am an encourager of those particular solutions. So this is maybe something in the interim. So that's it for that one. Thank you.